Hey everyone, WretchedCookie here with my YouTube premiere. You might have seen me in the background on some 11 Bravo gaming videos from Fets and Corrupt, but now that I finally have my own Elgato capture card, you can expect to see some content from my point of view, and I'll primarily be posting under the Thumbstick Outcasts banner, and I might be making a few guest appearances on the 11BG channel as well. So the one thing I'm very excited to do is to start right when Titanfall comes out. I've played a lot of this game during the beta and I was very, very excited. It's a very well polished beta. Did not notice that many issues with it. I mean, occasionally I would come around a corner, I would see a few grunts fighting each other and it was like they were locked in forever combat. But outside of that, it seemed like everything ran smooth. Especially when you compare it to how Battlefield 4 ran and how it still runs. I wouldn't even call TF a beta. It was more of basically a demo where they tested out the servers to see if they had the capacity. The one thing that always stood out to me was how balanced everything was. One of my favorite things they added, or I shouldn't say added, but one of my favorite weapons they had is the Smart Pistol, and that was probably 95% of all my kills during the beta. I found that to be such just a well-balanced weapon when others were like, well, it's very powerful because you can quickly clear out AI, clear out just masses and masses of specters and grunts with a single pull of the trigger. Yeah, very strong for doing that, but the second you come across anyone with a pulse who's using just a regular weapon, say like a carbine or the shotgun or the SMG, you're going to find yourself dead almost every single time unless you're able to get drop on them, or you're really, really good at it to compensate for the lack of the weapon. But that's what I find is so good about this game is how balanced it is. I mean, that's probably going to be my buzzword of this video is just balance, balance, balance. Because it's like a game of rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, the Smart Pistol's great for racking up points in attrition and clearing out those AI spawns. But second you have to fight a player, you got to switch to either your secondary or hope that you picked up a carbine or another really strong weapon instead of your pistol. Having said that, I find all the weapons to have really good balances. It's very, very good. I don't feel underpowered by using, say, my carbine versus my Smart Pistol. As you can see in this video, I went with a single-shot rifle. I think it was like the G23 or something like that. This was my first game using it. I originally planned on using my first game, but I was streaming at the same time and sort of messed up how the quality was, so couldn't go with that. So I just picked the next game that I had that was of acceptable quality for you guys, posted that. First time using basically the Archer as well. During the beta I stuck primarily with the Sidewinder, and I was like that because I didn't like waiting for the lock-on timer, but now that the full game is here, I stuck with the Archer. I love the damage that thing does. The tracking really helps, and I used to always use Cloak, and now I just find it much, much more effective to use Stimpaks because you get a little bit of a health increase, and the speed, just you can get yourself out of situations against other players, against other Titans, use it to get in a position better, and just it's overall I think it has better uses than the Cloak, which primarily is used to take out other players using Titans, because if you're going against another player, you'll easily see the Cloak. So another thing that I like is how they balance the Titans along with the foot play as well. I never seem like when I'm in a Titan, I never feel like I'm the king of the world. I feel like if I am going somewhere, I'm going to need foot support or someone else helping me, because I will get ambushed and you will get flanked and taken out very quickly if you're not aware of your surroundings. Like that very much, because it seems like even when I'm foot, I'm effective. When I'm in my mech, I'm effective. It's just very, very fluid, the transitions in and out, and very enjoyable overall. The one thing I did not like about this game so far is the campaign mode. It's very iffy on getting matches, and then I've played through it probably twice, or what I thought to have played through, and then I get notifications saying, oh hey, you still have missions to go once I finished the final mission on it. And that's my biggest thing that I want them to fix, and allowing me to name my custom classes as well, because it's pretty easy to forget when I'm just quickly going through them what I picked for it, and that just saved me a lot of hassle. I'm sure that's the same case for everyone else too. And then one thing I gotta point out too is I love the balance on the Titan weapons as well. Like I mentioned, how they have the Smart Pistol for being on foot. It seems like they have the different weapons all have very specific purposes, and they're all good at what they do. Like, I think it's the arc gun, really good at clearing out AI, but against other Titans, you're better off using something else. My personal favorite is the chain gun. I really like that, especially with the accelerator. It's just, the sustained fire on it just gets really, really strong, and then if you can add a damage core on top of that, I find that to be a really strong combo. And then I love how they have the smoke to counter people who rodeo you. When you get rodeoed, it's like, unless the person's not paying attention or it's an AI, chances are, if they're paying attention, you're going to get shot. But if they don't have smoke for some reason, you're in luck. If they do, you better be able to get out of there fast. But I love the balance that smoke brings versus using the vortex shield or the shield wall as well. Because being able to take those people off who rodeo is a real big trade-off versus being able to block fire from other Titans. And that's a great way where if you know how to play and dodge, you can keep your health up longer where you don't have to worry about that. Versus if you're primarily going to be in very close quarters like this where you'll have people jumping off you from blind corners and all that, I would stick with smoke very much more in this than if you were playing in a wide open map or something like, say, Training Ground or something of that sort. Overall, very, very excited. Everything is very balanced for this game. Not many complaints aside from the first few games. Kind of got a little mad with it, just got frustrated trying to figure out what my controls were after not playing it since the beta, and just basically I forgot them, and that was on myself, not the game. And I'm just really excited to see what the DLC offers for this and what the changes are when they patch it the first time as well. I mean, it's a great solid game for a release, very, very smooth. Haven't had any issues joining servers or anything of that sort, and I am very excited to see where they take this game the longer it goes. Very excited based compared to Battlefield 4, which was such a disappointment, and look forward to bringing you guys a lot new content under Thumbstick Outcast. You can tweet me at WretchedCookie, and I'll also be tweeting anytime we're streaming live, and we'll also have live commentary going throughout our videos as well.